Good evening, friends. Thank you once again for joining us at Relate Social Devotion. Today we're having Power Cell. So I'm so excited to join you today. My name is Famour Seitshiro, and today we'll be talking about the heart. So in this devotion, I want us to have some sort of reflection, and I hope that after doing today's devotion we'll be able to reflect on our hearts, you know. And this is a topic that is actually so close to my heart, you know. There are a lot of things that God has spoken to me about the matter of the heart, you know. So we're still on the series More Than This, and I think that one of the things that can, how can I put this, that can stop us from experiencing more in our lives are the conditions of our hearts, you know. And because of the condition of our hearts, we are not able to reach our full potential, and because of that we are not able to reach out to even other people because of the condition of our hearts, you know. And it is very important for us to have a daily reflection on how the condition of our hearts are, you know. And I know that you cannot keep tabs of what's going on in your heart every day, but it is very important that each and every day that you try to just have that moment and reflect, and just have that moment where you converse with God. You know, I think that's one of the reasons why God wants us to continuously pray, continuously speak to him, so that he can show us what's in our heart, so that he can show us what we're doing, you know, and so that he can correct certain things that don't belong in our hearts. And as we move on, I want us to read Matthew chapter 5 verse 8. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. And in most instances, we don't get to reach our full potential, reach the full potential of our relationships, reach the full potential of where we've been placed at workplaces, because of this condition, this heart condition. You know, you get to see God when your heart is pure. And what does it mean for your heart to be pure? It simply means when you give your heart to God on a daily basis. That's when the purification happens. Because, friends, I want us to understand that there are a lot of things that happen in life that can contaminate our hearts. And because of those things, we end up being bitter. We end up being full of hatred. We end up not forgiving. We end up, you know, being people who are miserable and broken because of our daily situations that happen, or daily interactions that happen. They kind of shape and change the condition of our hearts. And it is very important for us to just go back to God, you know, and just commune with God, so that God shows you that you have hatred issues, you have unforgiveness issues, you're so bitter, you're so angry. What's wrong? You know, so that God shows you what's wrong. And the minute that you see where you went wrong, or what's really wrong with you, that you change it. And when you begin to change it, you begin to see God. Because God is constantly saying that He wants to see your heart. God is constantly saying that I can see that you're saying this. I can see that you're reaching out to people. I can see that you are healing people. You are blessing people. You're speaking all the good things. But I'm concerned about what's in your heart. I'm concerned that what you're saying is not matching with the condition of your heart. I'm concerned that you're speaking about love. You're speaking so many good things, but your heart condition is not right. It's not pure, and I want to purify it. I want it to be constantly pure, because I want you that when you speak to someone, that they can have that intimacy with you. I want you, when you relate with me, with your God, I want that pureness. I don't want you to hide from me. I don't want you to hide your true self. I don't need you to show me the fake you, because I know the real you. I know you. And I know what you're going to say before you say it. But I'm afraid that it's not matching with what's in your heart. And sometimes we may get away with pretending. Sometimes we may get away with saying things we don't mean, living lives that are not reflecting our hearts. Sometimes we may get away with it. But in God, when you relate with God, you cannot get away with it, because He searches your heart. That's why God searches your heart. He wants to see, okay, what's going on in this heart? Because out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. Sometimes we act certain ways, we have these borders, when you have, when you're in a relationship with someone, sometimes you have trust issues because of the condition of your heart. Maybe you haven't forgiven. Maybe they've betrayed you so much to a point that you don't want to be good anymore. They've played with you, that you've decided that I don't want to be good anymore, because being good is what brought me this pain. Being good resulted in people treating me this way, So the point of today's devotion is for us to reflect on our hearts, the condition of it. If I were to be in your heart, would I be at a pleasant place? Would I be at a place where there's joy, where there's love, genuine love, genuine love, genuine care? Would I find that in your heart? Would I find a person who genuinely wants to change people's lives? Will I find a heart who genuinely wants to make a difference and impact? Or is there pride in there? Or is there anger in there? Or is there bitterness in there? Or is there hatred in there? What's in your heart? What are you keeping in your heart? What are you treasuring in your heart? Because it leads to your decisions. It leads to how you treat people. And I just want to stay a bit at treating people. When your heart is not at the right place, when you don't deal with the condition of your heart, you will end up treating people so badly. And you won't see, because the Bible also tells us that our hearts can even deceive us. And if your heart deceives you, it deceives the decisions that you make. And you end up deceiving people. And you end up being so, I don't even know how to explain it, so terrible with people because of the condition of your heart. So today I ask you, friends, let us assess our hearts. Let's see what's really going on in there.